Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons said it best. Oh, what a night. House of Glory. Wrestling fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Student Showcase from the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard was one great show, and it was my first House of Glory event in just over 2 years. The show begins with Amazing Red and Man of Faith Brian XL entering the ring, addressing the fact that Brian had gotten injured in his match with Tommy Dreamer back at For All Mankind in February, and that Brian announced that his career was pretty much over due to an ankle injury and had given up the heavyweight championship, and announced to everyone what was advertised that the winner of the four-way main event later in the night would be crowned the new heavyweight champion. Then the action gets off to a fast and furious pace, no pun intended to the movie series, as Preston Miles and the fraternity, Trent Gibson and Channing Decker, defeat Slick Joe Quick and the Safari Zone, Panda Man Andy Lee Ray, in a great opening six-man tag team matchup. There appeared to be some dissension among the ranks of Safari Zone's Panda Man and Andy Lee Ray, and as they were leaving the ring, out came Undead Warrior Bones, Draconis, and Romero Romano. I do apologize if I get anybody's names wrong for this event that was on the show. But Bones, Draconis, and I forgot his name already, they actually had left the scene as well in a weird moment. Up next, out comes Good Hank Flanders, who had issued an open challenge for the show, which was answered by Montekia. Now, Montekia gave Flanders a pretty good run for his money. However, Good Hank Flanders managed to get the victory over Montekia. And isn't Montekia Spanish for butter? Not very good. I don't know too many words in the Spanish language, but I'm not sure if that's even the Spanish word, that's Spanish for butter or not. Up next, we saw tag team action as the New York Wrecking Crew defeated Herbal Affairs in a very good matchup. I am impressed with Herbal Affairs, and I forgot who from the New York Wrecking Crew had brought out somebody with some kind of a covering on himself, and they thought it was, I guess, the third member of Herbal Affairs, but it turned out to be a member of Cash Flow Inc. Can't remember that as well. Up next, which may have been a first in pro wrestling history, in a no ropes match. You heard that correct. The ropes were taken down for this next matchup, which saw Mark Quinn with his brother Isaiah Kennedy in his corner as he defeated the Rogue Anthony Gangone. Very wild matchup and a lot of sick bumps, including Gangone suplexing Quinn, or is it Quen, off the apron to the parquet floor. A great finish saw Quinn climb to the top of the ring post and execute an awesome 450 splash, gaining the victory. And after the match, he and Gangone shook hands, and I guess signifying that the feud is over, or if they're going to become a tag team now, or what their ordeal is. At that point, they did take intermission, and we saw, as intermission came to an end, we went back to the matches as we had a six-way matchup, which saw Bad Boy Joey Janela defeat Adam Falcon, the Space Monkey, Playboy Johnny Atlas, who I believe was replacing Brent Banks, who was announced for this six-way match. I guess Brent didn't make the show. Undead Warrior Bones and Draconis. Very good six-way matchup, and Janela got the victory as he continues to blossom everywhere he wrestles, it seems. Up next in tag team action, Nikki Heat and E.A. James defeated Josh Glide and Big Daddy Cruz in a good matchup. After the match ended, Cruz and Glide attacked James and Heat, and then that brought out many on the House of Glory roster, and then the Battle Royal got underway, which ended up seeing Cashflow Inc.'s Ariella Nix. Again, I do apologize if I get anybody's names wrong here. She was not even in the match for most of the match, and she eliminated Nikki Heat to win it, and now she gets a guaranteed shot at any championship at House of Glory at any time. Then it was main event time on Queens Boulevard, as we saw a four-way matchup to crown a new heavyweight champion, It was Cash Flow Inc.'s Ken Broadway, Smiley, the Juice JT Dunn, and the Amazing Red. Very good match by all four of these men. First, JT Dunn eliminated Ken Broadway. Broadway eventually came back to ringside, and I forgot what he did to Dunn, and Red ended up pinning Dunn. And then it came down to Red and Smiley in a great one-on-one series, and Smiley picked the Smiley managed to defeat the Amazing Red to become the new heavyweight champion. Out comes Brian XL, and he basically decided to hit one deep to right field on Smiley's back by breaking his crutch. Joey Janela had come out. He went after Red, and Brian basically revealed that he was not injured or wasn't injured at all. And Brian said, I want, I don't know if he said something about restarting the match, but Brian ended up pinning Smiley to once again become the House of Glory World Champion. Quite an ending for this show, considering this was titled Student Showcase, and the emphasis was, not just the emphasis, but maybe the focus was put on the students, since there were really no big names other than the Amazing Red on this event. Okay, it is on to personal notes. It was great seeing Mike McNicholas, Stella, Jose, Jasmine, Julian, Stephanie. Who else did I see in this crowd? Well, what was unfortunate is that when 8 o'clock came around, the door was still not opened up for us. I'm glad I didn't wait out there as long as I did, as I ended up would have been if I got there sooner. It was announced that night that Samoa Joe had been added to High Intensity 4, which is taking place on Friday night, May 29th. And not sure if I'm going to be at that show, but I kind of have a match wish list. I'd like to see a tag team grudge match pitting Amazing Red and Smiley against Brian XL and Joey Janela. I'd like to see the Safari Zone against Bones and Draconis. Dang it. Maybe JT Dunn one-on-one with Ken Broadway. Well, that's all I can think of right now, and again, I'm not sure if I'll be at that event. But it's time for some memorable quotes. Baby Papa Shango that couldn't make it. This one funny guy sitting somewhere behind me referring to Bones. Dang it. I think the batteries in my megaphone were dying because I don't think everyone was able to hear me throughout the night. Definitely House of Glory Proc in the 2 years I missed definitely has continued to turn it up a notch, maybe 5 notches. Definitely a night to remember. Who knows where they're going to go from here. But might as well continue plugging High Intensity 4 on Friday, May 29th, because Samoa Joe is added. Also appearing will be Hall of Famer Scott Hall. AJ Styles one-on-one with PJ Black, who was known as Justin Gabriel in WWE. Definitely like this event a lot. Who do I remember seeing there? No. Okay, I guess that'll do it from here, House of Glory.